What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's enjoying their weekend. Today I got two new tickers to go over with you guys, and I also want to go over what an ideal float size is to trade. I get a lot of questions, Joe, is this one too big? Would you trade this float? Let's go over it, what an ideal float size is by PPS. Alright guys, so the first play I want to go over is NNRI. Let me show you the setup. Beautiful setup, below 01. Okay, 500 million AS, 328 million OS, with a 32 million float on this one. Okay, I know in my last video I told you to go by the unrestricted if the float was outdated, but you also got to match it up with the filings. And if you match up the 45 million with the float and the filings, it doesn't add up. And I'm going to show you why it's around 32. So let's go back to December 2020. AS 500, 328, and the float's 26 million here. All right. Let's jump to March 2022. No change. Everything's the same. 500, 328, 26 million float. Now, if you use your little nifty Telegram bot, which is free, and I know a lot of you guys use this, you can see that 5 million came off the restricted into the unrestricted. Okay, good possibility that went into the float. All right, which would make it around 32. So 26 to 32, it doesn't add up exactly, but it's very close. That's why I'm going to pull up the share structure again for you. There's no way it could be 45, because if you look at the chart, which I'll show you at the end, there hasn't even been that much volume to go from 26 to 45. All right, so 32 million. Most likely somewhere around that is the float. Change in the OS, nothing since 2019, like I showed you. Debt, notes, nothing, 0. Now let me show you the PR on May 2nd. It was a letter of intent to acquire a majority equity interest in Elevate Nutraceutics, which is a health and wellness company. Also, there's 2 acquisitions in this PR. NNRF will acquire a majority equity interest in a development stage company, Nuco. That's 2 acquisitions. Nuco will have licensing agreements for patent technology that will enable it to capitalize on health and wellness in addition to its development of environmentally sustainable products. So a lot going on there. 2 acquisitions. Both those companies are going to capitalize NNRF with an initial 500K to accompany the close, followed by another 500K for a successful launch of the new product. So they're getting $1 million. The debt's going to be wiped, and that'll cover the balance for the startup capital. All right, keep this on your radar. Let me show you the chart. This came down on nothing. Okay, this was trading over 04 in January, over 04 plus in January. Okay. There was 2 days of volume with one was 1.6 and one was 2.6. So those might have been some of those unrestricted going into the float. Okay, that was down here in dubs. So 04 plus in January, sitting in dubs, 32 million float with 2 acquisitions in the works. All right, get it on your radar. Watch this one. The other one is GDVM. Okay, let me pull up the share structure. This one has a 6 billion AS and a 4 billion OS, but there's 3.8 billion restricted here. All right. OMID ticker. They own 500 million shares of this. Right now, according to them and their filings, they're not going to be involved in anything that goes on here. As of now. That's what it says, as of now. So I don't know what's going to go on with that, but just keep that in mind. They do own 525 million shares of GDVM. The float here is only 320 million. Okay, let me show you the chart and why it's on my radar. Now look at that. Look at my little blue arrow pointing at the accumulation. That is going up from that 0025 support. Okay, so someone's on this. This is getting loaded. It's a shell company, so there could be a merger in the works. The merger could be done. No clue, but I see the chart. I see the accumulation, and someone is on it big time. All right, and it's quiet. There's really not much talk on it. If you look on social media, look up GDVM. Not much talk at all. So get it on your radar. Okay, ideal float size. For me, trips under 3 billion would be ideal. Will I trade over? Of course. but for an ideal size in the trips, I would like it to see under 3 billion. Dubs, I'd like to see under 1 billion. I do trade higher, and I have no problem trading them higher. But for an ideal size, I want to see it under 1 billion. From a penny to 20 cents, under 100 million. 20 cents and over, under 20 million. Okay? These are not set in stone. I will most certainly trade higher. Nothing wrong with trading them higher. It's just, these are more ideal for me. This is what I like to see in a ticker that I feel comfortable trading, feel comfortable holding maybe a little bit longer. You know, if I'm going to trade a trip and I see a 20 billion float, nah, not for me. People do trade it, that's fine. Me personally, those big share structures with the 50 million ASs and the 30 million OSs with a 20 billion float, those are split bait. Okay, I went over a bunch of plays with a friend a month or so ago, and there was some big ones on there that they had, and I told them these are split bait, and I think 2 of them are already split. Okay, I'm not going to name tickers and start bashing plays, but just watch those big share structures. Okay. Trips under 3, dubs under 1 billion, a penny to 20 under 100 million, 20 plus under 20 million. Ideal, not set in stone. I will trade higher. And that's about it, guys. Give a like, subscribe if you haven't. Let's have a kick-ass week. It was pretty good last week. Around 2 billion average volume a day, dollar-wise. I think it'll start going up. There's been plays that are running. So just keep an eye. All right, let's have a kick-ass week. See you on Monday.